Hi, I'm glad to have come your way again this beautiful moment. Today we shall be looking at the incredible power of your brain, the amazing power of these beautiful organs in between your skull. I am still your host and presenter, William Agugua, a life coach and a psychologist. You see, Peter was found cruising with his amazing Mercedes Benz, and suddenly he had a ghastly motor accident. At that point, he was rushed to the hospital and flown abroad for medical attention. The doctor that examined him discovered that he has a problem, he has a brain damage. And then he advised that the brain cannot be managed or repaired, but can only be removed and transplanted. And on that note, Peter's father decided, they should go along with the surgery. Now he was taken, Mr. Tell was taken, that is, Peter's father was taken to a brain store, and the doctor showed him a lot of brain with their commensurate tag prices. He showed him the brain of a farmer that goes at about $40. He showed him the brain of a school teacher that goes for about $25. He showed him the brain of a truck pusher that goes for about $80. He took him around again and showed him the brain of a professor that goes for about $3. Now, Mr. Tell was confused at that point. That is Peter's father. And then he asked, why will the brain of a professor cheaper than the brain of a truck pusher? Now, that also got me thinking. It's amazing. It's incredible. Now, today, I am bringing back that question to you in this episode. Why do you think so? I expect you to drop it in the comment box. Tell me why you think so. Now, I'm going to tell you something. The brain is one of the most beautiful organs in our body. The truth is, many of us aren't thinking about it. Many of us are not using it. A lot of these slogans, local parlance that said, oh boy, use your brain. We take it for granted, we take it for a joke, and we are not still using our brain. In the words of a particular engineer in the world, he said it will take several acres in size of land that will house the dullest computer, that is the dullest brain. Now that is amazing. Also, a man called Richard Ristock, in his comments analyzing the brain, he said that the brain can store more information than all the libraries in the world. It doesn't sound a bit disturbing to you? Now, we are not making use of our brain, and that is why a lot of our brain cells are dormant. They are not put to use. Now, in your brain, you can actually do several things. You can actually do a lot of things. You can actually learn how to do so many things, especially almost at the same time, without being affected. Study has proven that when they check the people that have made use of their brain are cutting across the world, that humans have only made use of only 10% of their brain power. And of course, if you score 10% in an exam, I guess you know already that is failure. Some call the brain the biocomputer. Others call the brain, the giant within us. I choose to call the brain the magical biocomputer. There is absolutely nothing that your brain cannot do. All the products you have ever seen in the world today comes out of the brain. A man could be blind, a man could be deaf, a man could be dumb, but can still function at optimal level if the brain is instant. But if anything happens to our brain, then it is disastrous. It is very dangerous for us. And that is why today I want to tell you, you are your brain, and your brain is you. So guard this very, very properly. Guide this very, very well in such a way that it does not affect you as a human. Martin Luther was quoted as he said, the prosperity of a country depends not on the abundance of its revenue. He said, not on the strength of its fortification. He said, but it is consists in the number of cultivated citizens, its men of character and enlightenment. Which goes to say that if you want to become great and mighty, then your brain must be put into proper use for you to amass greatly in life. There is nothing your brain cannot do. There is nothing you cannot train your brain, to do. You can even become, a mobile calendar or a mobile Bible, just like the founder of Christ Apostolic Church, Pastor Ayo Babalola. You can train your brain in a way that it can work maximally well, just like Muhammad Ali Halisi of Turkey, who could recite 6,500 verses of the Quran. That is wonderful. You could train your brain to a height where you become a magical person like Cardinal Mezzofanti, who knew about 70 to 80 different languages. You could train your brain to a point that you become just like the King Xerxes of the scripture, who can remember over 100,000 names of the soldiers in his army camps. That means each of them that pass, he calls them by their name. Now the thing is, how many of your classmates in secondary school names that you can remember just in a bit? Now there is nothing you cannot do with your brain. You can actually do excellently well with your brain. And that is why I brought to you this evening. And I want to tell you this. In my next episode, I'm going to be showing you something. I'm going to be teaching you how you can actually maximize your brain in order to remember anything at any time you want to remember. And I'm asking you to stay tuned. Always check up on me, and then you get to follow up the episodes as they come sequentially. Once again, my name is William Agugua. Put your comments in the comments box. For those who would like to have me in any of the presentations, just drop a comment for me and we will get in touch. For now, I want to say, until I get your way again, bye bye.